be introducing a few basic setups of air conditioning systems and how they cool. Once I've concluded my presentation, you'll learn how AC systems work and a few tips to stay cool. Each AC system has a different setup and there's many different types. However, tonight I'm just going to discuss a few of the most basic ones. The three most basic types are as followed. There's a heat pump split system, a straight AC system, and a package unit system. According to Carrier, which is a manufacturer of HVAC systems, there are 4 configurations for air-to-air systems. HVAC systems are designed to function efficiently between 10 to 15 degrees difference from the outside temperature. With the straight AC system, you have an indoor portion, which is called an evaporator coil, which usually sits adjacent to, on top, or below a gas furnace. And it has a straight cool outdoor unit. The outdoor unit is strictly for cooling only, and it exchanges refrigerant with the indoor evaporator coil to cool your home. With the heat pump split system, you have an air handler, or it's commonly called a fan coil, and a heat pump condenser outside. It's all electric, it heats and cools your home. It has heat strips for emergency situations. With package units, you have a heat pump package unit that has heat strips, which is all-in-one outside and it's completely electric. With gas package systems, same thing, all-in-one, completely outside, however it uses gas instead of electricity. It has a heat exchanger in it, which has flames that are for the heating side, and then it has an evaporator coil in it for the cooling side on a gas pack. You may ask yourself, how do these systems cool? Therefore, I'm going to discuss the refrigerant cycle with you. According to Pete Hoffman at SWTC, all air conditioning systems use the same cycle of compressing, condensation, expansion, and evaporation in a closed circuit. The refrigerant is used to move heat from one area to another to cool it. There's 2 types of refrigerant that are most commonly used. The first is R22. R22 is no longer being produced. It depletes our ozone. R410A is a blended refrigerant. It's more commonly used. All of the new systems except R410A, and it's ozone safe. In an HVAC system for the refrigerant cycle, it starts off with the compressor, which some homeowners like to call the pump in the outdoor unit. Low gas refrigerant comes into the compressor, it gets compressed, and then it leaves the compressor now as a high pressure to the condenser coil. The condenser coil on the outside, if you go outside your home, it looks like fins. Refrigerant gas condenses to a liquid from the condenser coil and goes through the refrigerant lines to the indoor portion. It releases heat from the fan on top of the outdoor unit. Once the refrigerant leaves the condenser coil and goes through the refrigerant lines, it hits the expansion valve, which is also known as a TXV, or a fixed orifice, which is also known as a piston. Liquid comes in as a high pressure, the valve restricts the flow, and pressure is lowered as it moves to the evaporator coil. The evaporator coil is the indoor portion. Heat from the inside of the home changes it from liquid to gas. Low pressure comes in. Hot refrigerant, lower pressure, travels to the compressor to cool it down, and the cycle repeats. We're going to discuss a few different ways you can keep your home cool and some maintenance tips. According to Julie Day, planting shade trees around your outdoor unit can help keep your home cool in years to come. For temperature settings, please do not set your temperature lower. If it's 90 degrees outside, setting your thermostat to 60 degrees is not going to make your home any cooler. It's actually going to put more stress on your AC system, and it's never going to shut off. It's going to continuously run trying to get to a temperature that is impossible. A thermostat looks just like this. Usually find it on an interior location. Do not have any heat radiating objects near your thermostat. That can alter the temperature also and can cause you issues with your cooling. Some common heat sources in your home when you're trying to stay cool is turn off all lights and electronics when they're not in use. And outside of your home, you can add awnings to, bright sunny areas over your windows. You can add trees in your yard as well as over your outdoor condenser. Some maintenance homeowners can do themselves is no lawn tools around your outdoor unit. They can damage the outdoor condenser coil, which can cause a refrigerant leak, which in turns will make your system not cool and can be very expensive to fix. Keep pets away from your outdoor units. Pets like to urinate on outdoor units, and their chemicals in it actually destroy the outdoor coil, which can also cause a refrigerant leak, which can be very expensive as well. Keep shrubs and grass away from the outdoor unit. For your indoor unit, no boxes on your ductwork. It restricts the airflow. Please keep in mind to monitor, your attics. Make sure there's no pests, no mice or anything in there. They can chew wires, they can destroy ducting. Make sure you have free airflow for your indoor unit. Don't stack boxes up or other objects around the indoor unit. It can restrict the airflow as well. Change your thermostat batteries pretty regularly. Your air filters need to be changed monthly. And do not close any vents in your home. This is an air filter that I use in my home. It's a Flanders Easy Flow. It's thin. You can see straight through it. Change it every month. Maintenance a technician can do for you. They will clean your outdoor coil as well as the indoor coil, and they will vacuum and remove any debris from the indoor unit as well as the outdoor unit. They will check your air filters, again, referring to this from earlier, to see if they're dirty, and they'll also check the refrigerant pressures to make sure they are normal, and they will check the amps on all electrical components using this meter type of device. To conclude my informative presentation with you all, I'd like to briefly summarize the events. Now that you have been informed on how AC works, I hope you take the tips that I gave you and invest them into your AC system. They do require regular maintenance. And today I have discussed a few of the different system types and the basis on which all of them cool residential buildings. We discussed the refrigerant cycle, and I'm going to send you all a copy of the refrigerant cycle. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. Have a good night.